Greetings and welcome to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. Today, well technically several days ago because I was off on vacation, the Baba Shop of Treasure tab was finally open, and there are a lot of fun things here that we need to acquire. But first, let's do a simple explanation as to what the treasures are and how they work. Well, for starters, the treasures will only appear on the newly opened story mode maps that are actually very challenging, not impossible, but they do require quite a bit of preparation, and some missions are actually very hard. Now, on those missions, you have a chance of encountering rainbow squares that will give you one of these special treasures. They vary every couple of months, I believe, because there is a counter on these things. And there's also a chance for Pilaf to appear, a agility character with around, I don't know how much HP, but if you defeat him, he gives you 10 stones, and then when you beat a boss during, well, in the new story modes, you get anywhere from 0 to 3 per boss that appeared during that battle. So you can get anywhere from 0 to up to 20 or more per run. But it's really all RNG based. But we're gonna take a look at that in the other video. Today we are looking at all the cards that are available for these first 2 months of the Baba Shop, and whether or not what is worth and if you should get it. So first off, we're gonna look at Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Youth. The reason he's named Youth is so you can't use the one from the Bojack event to raise this one super attack. But let's see. Leader scale, all types attack 25%, standard, causes supreme damage, so that alone is well worth getting him for. Passive ability, attack plus 77% when HP is 80% or below. Decent enough, especially during certain Dokkan events where you're taking lots of damage. His passive would definitely proc. Now let's see, Link skills, Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, Prepare for Battle, and Kamehameha. The important one here being Prepare for Battle. That means he is excellent for the Prepare for Battle team. Well, right off the bat, just because he is supreme damage, he is definitely worth getting. And from what I've read, there are very few worthy int characters out there. So him is definitely worth getting. However, he does cost 777 amazing gems, I believe they're called here. So we are in for quite a bit of a grind. Now, I did forget to mention that if you want every character available here, as in not getting any medals, you're going to need around 2,200 stones in total. And someone has done the math on Reddit and stated that if you want to get everything within the 55 days that it's going to be available, you need to acquire 40 stones per day. So that is the minimum you should be aiming for every day, and depending on how many you have, you can calculate it by dividing it by 4, and you can see whether or not you're on track. But anyway, after this Krillin here. Leader skill, Ki plus 2 when HP is 30% or above. Not a bad leader skill if you are just starting the game and you don't have any plus Ki leaders, so he's definitely worth considering. Super attack, Chain Destructo Disparage, it's Kian-san, come on. Cost extreme damage and lower defense, not too bad. Extreme damage and lowering defense, always nice. Now his passive is what makes him great. The damage received minus 50% when guard is activated. I do not know of any other strength character that has a perfect guard passive ability, so that alone makes him absolutely worth it. Other than that, Golden Z Fighter, Turtle School, Courage, Best Buddies, Rabadoo, nothing particularly good there. Maybe the Golden Z Fighter keyword with just plus 2 key with some of the other characters available there. But other than that, you really want them to block, and really that's it. Then, Childs. Let's see. Strength type enemy attack minus 30%. That can definitely become useful here, considering we're getting super strikes and very difficult events here, so that could be considered. Extreme damage, rarest chance to stun enemy. Extreme damage is nice, rarest chance to stun. Passive skill, may stun the attacked enemy within the same turn. Now, I don't know what the percentage of that stun is, and it probably means that you stun him during that turn and that turn alone, unlike other stuns which stun him during the next turn as well. So, he's okay, I guess. Golden Z Fighter, Master Pupil, Crane School, Telekinesis, Dodon Ray, and Courage. Nothing particularly useful there, honestly. But you might want him for your collection. Now, Yamcha, what do we have here? Tech type attack plus 50%. That is definitely not bad if you want to try nuking a event or a boss and you don't have any actual nuke or leader, so he might be useful for that. Extreme damage and greatly lowers attack, that's definitely useful. So good for him there, and Ki plus 8 only once when HP is 80% or below. So the first time he shows up and you're 80% HP or lower, he's going to get a Ki, so you're probably going to launch a super attack during that turn. It's okay, I guess. Golden Z Fighter, Turtle Skull, Speedy Retribution, Infighter, Rival Duel. Interesting. What is Speedy Retribution? Attack plus 0%? Worthless. But anyway, an interesting Yamcha. Not something you want to absolutely go for, but then we've got 2 Elder Kais here. You absolutely want to get those if you can, because the only other way that I know to get them is during these multi-summon special events where you do a multi-summon and you get an Elder Kai, or during the World Tournament. Now, this Goku, Gohan, and Piccolo are the ones you get when you start the game right now. Like if you go and create an account right now, you will get a very special one-time summon where you will get one of these characters. Now, for people like me that have been playing for a while now, I was not able to get any of these, but now that I can actually get them, they're definitely nice. But what makes them so special? What makes them so special is, as you can see on the key meter, they only require 8 ki to launch their super attacks. That's what makes them very, very useful. Also, their extremely low cost for ultra rares is also nice. So let's see. Leader skill for Goku, agility, tech, and strength type attack plus 30%, not bad. Huge damage, obviously their starter cards are not going to give you anything higher than that. Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, Z Fighters, prepared for battle. Okay, that's definitely useful. And Kamehameha. Now, I did hear a rumor from a friend that plays on the Japanese server as well that this guy, well, this Goku specifically, just got a rebirth. Or is getting a rebirth. I'm not sure on that, so don't take my word for it, but he's okay. Now, I believe the best one is this Gohan right here. HP plus 30% leader skill, and not really something protector, huge damage. Attack plus 50% when performing a super attack. That is definitely one of the best passive skills you can find on cards. Increasing their attack during supers is definitely good, because that means he's going to be doing extreme damage levels of damage to the enemy when launching a super attack. Now, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Warrior Race, Golden Warrior, Gifts of Respect, Kamehameha, Z Fighters, pretty much box standard keys right, links right there, but overall not a bad card. And lastly, we have Piccolo, well, almost last. All types attack plus 20%, it's okay. Huge damage and lowers attack, that might be useful. Let's see, pass skill, damage received, oh hello. We have a Tech Perfect Guard. Interesting. I don't think I have a single Tech Perfect Guard character. This will make him extremely useful versus Int characters, so he's definitely another one you want to consider getting. Now, Z Fighter, Prodigy, Strongest Duel on Earth, Namekians, and Gaze of Respect. Nothing particularly useful there, but his passive definitely makes him useful. So he's definitely another one. So the ones you want to get out of all those characters are first Gohan, then Krillin, then probably Piccolo, because they're actually useful, then Gohan, Goku, Elder Kais, and so on and so forth. But lastly, we have Ginyu in Goku's body. HP plus 30%, standard, huge damage, a bit on the low side, change Tech Key to Rainbow Key. That can actually be very useful. So let's see, Ginyu Force, Gentleman, Respect, Loyalty, Signature Pose, and More Than Meets the Eye. He's not a particularly powerful card, but he can definitely be useful for his passive. And in case you want to make a Ginyu team, you might want to put him there, I don't know. But anyway, that is what is available currently for the next 56 days in the Baba Treasure Shop. Now, aside from characters, you can also get Elder Kai medals, training rooms, and all sorts of other stuff. However, what you want most are the characters, because from what I recall and from what I've seen, the starter characters here will always be there no matter what event is rotating there, as will the Elder Kais, I think. So the first 4 characters on the top are what you want to aim for. So you might want to start farming right now because there are 56 days left, and as I just stated, you need 55 days of getting 40 stones during each day to acquire every single character in this game, which is what I'm doing currently. Now, look out for my next video, which will be out tomorrow, where I go over where I personally am farming the amazing stones or whatever, or gems. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Later.